Have you ever had a moment so strange, so unexplainable, that it made you question reality itself? A moment where you thought, maybe, just maybe, we're all living in some kind of simulation. Glitch in the Matrix moments. And today, we're rediving into some of the most baffling stories from people who are convinced they've experienced one. Our first story comes from a Reddit user who was driving to his girlfriend's house, a route he'd taken hundreds of times. He was on the highway, music playing, everything normal. He passed his usual exit, then the next one, and suddenly realized he'd been driving for over an hour, way longer than the trip should take. He looked at the signs, and he was back at an exit he'd passed 45 minutes ago. His phone's GPS showed his location correctly, but the map looked like he'd been driving in a perfect, endless circle on a straight highway. He hadn't turned, hadn't dozed off. It was as if time itself had looped, forcing him to repeat the same stretch of road over and over. When he finally broke the loop, he arrived at his girlfriend's house, and his clock showed only 20 minutes had passed since he left. He swears he lost an hour of his life in a highway time warp. Next up, a story about a doppelganger that's pure nightmare fuel. A woman was working late in her office. It was a small company, and she was the only one left in the building. As she was packing up, she heard the front door open. She peeked out of her office and saw herself. An exact copy of her, wearing the same clothes, carrying the same bag, walking towards the elevator. She froze in disbelief. The copy didn't see her. It just got in the elevator and the doors closed. Petrified, she hid under her desk for nearly an hour before she got the courage to run out of the building. She checked the security footage the next day with her boss. The video showed her leaving the office at the exact time she saw her double, but it showed no one else entering or leaving the building all night. It was like a ghost of herself had just walked out. This one is about an object that just shouldn't exist. A man was at his parents' house, helping them clean out the attic. He found an old, dusty shoebox. Inside was a collection of his childhood drawings. He laughed as he looked through them. Badly drawn superheroes, lopsided houses. Then, he found a drawing of his family. Mom, Dad, his sister, and him. But in the drawing, he was holding a very specific toy. A small, red toy car, with a yellow lightning bolt on the side. He vividly remembered drawing this picture, but he never owned that toy. He'd wanted it desperately, but his parents could never find it in stores. A few weeks later, he was at a flea market hundreds of miles away. Tucked away in a bin of old toys, he found it. The exact same red car with the yellow lightning bolt. He bought it, feeling an eerie chill. How could he have drawn a perfect replica of a toy he'd never seen or owned? It was as if a memory from an alternate timeline had bled into his own. Here's another one that'll make you double-check your surroundings. A group of friends went camping in a remote national park. On their second day, they went for a hike on a well-marked trail. After about an hour, they came across a strange clearing with a single, dead tree in the center. It was odd, but they kept going. An hour later, they were getting tired and decided to head back. But as they walked, they found themselves back in the same clearing, with the same dead tree. They were confused. They checked their compass and map. They were definitely heading in the right direction. They set off again, very carefully this time. And again, after walking for what felt like an hour, they ended up right back in that same clearing. It was like the forest was a video game level, and they were stuck. They ended up having to call for a park ranger, who found them just a few hundred yards from the main trail, completely disoriented. The ranger said there was no such clearing in that area. Our final story is short, but deeply unsettling. A man was sitting on his couch, watching TV with his cat sleeping on his lap. He got up to get a drink from the kitchen. As he walked into the kitchen, he saw his cat, his exact same cat, sitting on the kitchen counter, looking at him. He stopped dead in his tracks. He looked back into the living room, and the cat was still there, asleep on the couch. He had two identical cats in two different rooms at the same time. He blinked, and the cat in the kitchen was gone. He ran back to the living room, and his cat woke up and stretched, completely unaware that its clone had just given its owner the shock of his life. A copy-paste error in the Matrix? These stories are just the tip of the iceberg. Are they simple coincidences? Tricks of the mind? Or are they genuine evidence that our reality isn't as solid as we think? What do you believe? Have you ever experienced a glitch in the Matrix? Let me know your own unexplainable stories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more journeys into the unknown.